everyone, and welcome to my corner of the internet. This October, I tried doing Inktober for the first time with the goal of improving my traditional art techniques, specifically hatching and cross-hatching, which I really like the looks of but have always found difficult to do. I was pretty happy with my results from Inktober, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So much fun, in fact, that I decided to continue on with making traditional art. For the month of November, I did Huevember, which is a similar challenge where you use one color every day to make each drawing. I kind of did my own spin on it though, because I wanted to basically continue doing Inktober. So I collected some colored gel pens and made a list of characters that I wanted to try drawing. It actually worked out perfectly because most of my characters already kind of have certain colors or color schemes that I associate with them. As you can see here, my character Elizabeth's theme color is orange. The exact reason why is a pretty long story, but it is. I originally thought I would draw her in yellow for some reason. I think I was thinking about the color of her hair. She has really bright yellow hair. But I ended up switching it because yellow is already the theme color for Seshamon down here. As you can see, the yellow gel pen actually shows up a lot better than I thought it would, which is good because I spent a comparatively long time on this pose. It's pretty easy to tell which drawings I use references on. I didn't use a reference on Elizabeth, and I inked the drawing while my attention was split by the biology class that I was in, and I think that it really shows. I actually used the seated scribe statue as a reference for Seshamon, both for this drawing and just for his character in general. Next I have Elizabeth's sisters, Margaret and Pepper. They always look annoyed when I draw them for some reason. For this drawing, I wanted to have them posing like someone, probably their sister, was taking their picture. This is a pretty accurate description of what my brother and I start to look like after our parents have taken a few hundred pictures of us to send to our relatives. I have one of my newer OCs, Wilhelm, right here. I'm still not totally sure about his name or his character design. I'm trying to make a fantasy culture for one of the many stories I'm writing, and it's been hard because I want my inspirations to still be recognizable, but I also want to come up with something unique. It's a tough balance, but I've been having a lot of fun with that too. And then I have Neverkare doing something with the dancer's lute. To be honest, I have no idea how you actually play one of these things. I just saw it in New Kingdom painting and I thought that it looked cool. So if nothing else, she's holding it. Here we have another one of my sort of new characters, Zephyr, and you can tell that I actually used a reference here. This is actually one of my favorite drawings out of these. I think that it has a lot more energy than a lot of my drawings, and I just think that she's a pretty cool character in general. You can tell that I did not use a reference for Setepmat down here, and I was distracted. The drawing got kind of messed up, so I'm just going to ignore that. Up here is Marit, and this is also based off of a statue. She's making beer, if you can't tell. Then there's Timmy, one of my contemporary OCs, who I don't draw a lot. I obviously had to use a reference for this because I have no idea how to draw someone playing basketball, but I like this one a lot too. Then we have TJ, Timmy's older brother. He looks kind of like he's plotting something here. The way he's kind of looking off to the side looks very suspicious. I need to get better at facial expressions. And this is Moswin. Who else? It's not my best picture of her. Her left hand got a little smudged, but that's okay. And here's another one of my new OCs, Personette. She is, of course, yet another side character for Moswin. I promise that I am working on developing an actual plot for that story, but in the meantime, I'm making an entire town full of characters, simply because that's what's fun for me. Down here is my fantasy story protagonist. I've changed her name about half a dozen times, but I think I finally settled on Anya. Then we have Ten, and I've had a really hard time with his character design because he's wearing this kind of futuristic spacesuit thing, which means that I actually have to draw out his legs, and I really struggle with drawing men's legs. I always tend to make them look more feminine than I want. I just feel like I need to make the lines curved so that the drawing doesn't look stiff, but then it doesn't look right. And down here, I have my arsenic protagonist, who still has no name. Her face also got a bit smudged, but that's alright. I did enjoy doing this challenge. One thing that I found was that the colored gel pens, despite being the same brand as the ones I used for Inktober, were a bit harder to work with, but it was still great to draw a whole bunch of my characters. If you have any suggestions for other art challenges that you'd like to see me do, please feel free to comment and let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.